What's up, Taiwan? I'm Erica Liu with news from here in Taiwan and around the world. Some residents of Kaohsiung are eligible for typhoon damage subsidies of nearly $1,400. The subsidies are for those living in parts of the southern city where floodwaters from the typhoon reached 50 centimeters. Drivers whose cars suffered fixable flood damage can also apply to be exempted from license plate and other taxes. Kaohsiung suffered extensive flooding during Typhoon Gaemi last week. Around 375 of the city's buildings were affected. Oysters, a staple of Taiwanese cuisine, are farmed along the country's west coast. But the effects of Typhoon Gaemi last week devastated the region's oyster farms. Now the government is vowing to offer much-needed support for farmers affected. Wesley Lewis has the details.
Oyster farms laid waste as residents in central Taiwan come to grips with the damage left by Typhoon Gaemi. The storm washed away much of the harvest and left the remaining oysters buried under muddy debris. There are more than 500 hectares of oyster fields in this area of Changhua County. Farmers say they were preparing to harvest before the storm came, but now they are left with next to nothing. The central government has promised to greenlight subsidies as soon as the county government releases its report on the damage. They say they will provide around $1,000 per hectare of damaged farmland and will offer up to around $6,000 in low-interest loans.
后端的部分还有所谓的低利贷款。那这一次的部分，农业部对于所谓的半年天灾免息的部分，不管是新贷还是旧贷的部分。
Until then, oyster farmers here are left surveying the damage, with the hope that government aid will help them get back on their feet. Chris Ma and Wesley Lewis for TaiwanPlus.
Taiwan's health ministry has warned people of an explosion in online ads seeking donations abroad. The ads posted on social media offer enticing incentives to young people. But the ministry says it's illegal in some countries, including China, to get paid for donations. The eggs are used in assisted reproductive technology, which is becoming more popular as people in places like Taiwan and China choose to have children later in life. One of Taiwan's most decorated chefs has suddenly announced he's closing his flagship restaurant. Instead, he's going to focus on fostering the next generation of fine dining professionals. Leslie Liao has more.
And today, I announce my retirement from the front line of restaurants.
A sudden end. Taiwanese Michelin-Starred chef Andre Chang announces that he's hanging up his knives and taking a different approach to food and beverage. Chang is one of Taiwan's most decorated, internationally acclaimed culinary artists. He's been named one of the most influential chefs in the world. His restaurants have won multiple Michelin Star awards. Two-starred restaurant Andre in Singapore was named the best eatery in the country by Restaurant Magazine before it shut down in 2018. The magazine also ranked Chang's Michelin two-star flagship establishment in Taipei, Raw, as the best restaurant in the entire country. Chang's accomplishments have made him a celebrity in Taiwan and a leading figure in the restaurant industry. He now wants to channel his decades of skill and experience into teaching the next generation of culinary artists. Andre says Raw will stop operating as a restaurant at the end of this year. After that, it will be turned into a culinary academy capable of turning out Michelin star level chefs.
Raw will evolve into a culinary center for nurturing and training young Asian chefs. A culinary academy that can produce 10 to 20 Michelin quality chefs every year.
Chang's sudden announcement comes as a shock to Taiwan's food and beverage scene. This isn't the first time Chef Chang has shuttered one of his establishments, but it is the first time he's announced such a major career move and change of direction. The star chef is stepping aside to give others the opportunity to shine. Howard Zhang and Leslie Liao for TaiwanPlus.
For the first time ever in Taiwan, a Formosan Flying Fox pup has been rescued. Sandy Chi went to the facility where the bat is kept to see how the animal is doing.
Looking happy and healthy, this bat is a Formosan Flying Fox pup. A local volunteer rescued the pup in Hualien a few months ago and sent it to the Wild One Wildlife Conservation Association, the only non-profit animal rescue center in eastern Taiwan. This is the first time such a young bat, just 2 weeks old, has been rescued in Taiwan.
我刚好就寻到有一只肉丹的胡服宝宝在那边，然后他们其实已经很努力的尝试寻亲了2天晚上，然后妈妈2天都没有回来。如果再把它放回去，它就是等于等死而已。所以我们只能必须把它接手。
Since this was their first rescue case of this kind, the center reached out to local and Japanese experts with experience dealing with this vulnerable species of fruit bats.
这20年来，我们在龟山岛跟花莲市开始发现稳定而且数量在增加的族群。我们推测那边的族群有可能是从日本那边扩迁过来的，因为日本那边的族群也在扩迁当中。
The Formosan flying fox is a subspecies of the Ryukyu flying fox, the largest bat native to Taiwan. It's considered to be endangered. Before 1970, there were over 2,000 of them in eastern Taiwan, but their numbers dropped drastically due to overhunting. Today, there could be as few as 200 in the country.
那段时间其实有一股风气，就是去饲养或者说去吃一些珍奇异兽。那胡服它的外形非常的特别，它的脸长得像狐狸、像狗，然后它又会飞，它张开翅膀1公尺大，所以对于一般人来讲，它是一个非常不一样的一个动物哈。
Staff say the rescued pup is growing healthily. Now it weighs 230 grams, almost 3 times as when it was first found.
它现在牙齿已经换牙完了，所以它牙齿现在很利，所以它现在已经茁壮中了。
Taking care of a megabat is not easy, as humans can never replace its mother.
胡服它在出生之后一直都由妈妈24小时的抱着，好，那妈妈可以提供它最适合它的母乳，好，那这其实都是我们在人工照养上很难取代的。
To provide the best care for the pup, the vets and other staff diligently monitor its condition. They feed it carefully twice a day and manage its enclosure.
这边可以做到的就是它断奶、它离乳，然后它愿意开始飞行。那接下来它就会移到花莲分署那边更大的空间去做飞行的训练，让他们去确定，或者是跟我们这边会同，我们一起去确认说它在野外生存的能力足不足够了。如果足够了，就有机会回去了。对，但可能还要好一段时间。
Now that they've had some experience with the pup, the staff say they've learned new things about the species.
甚至胡服一开始被认为是没有乳齿的。 台湾这边的哦，但后来我们其实一收到的时候就发现，它有啊，怎么会没有呢？因为我们现在台湾的胡服研究也是慢慢在累积中，所以对研究员对我们来说，这只个体真的很重要。原因就是因为它是所有数据的开始。
The census staff admit they can't know exactly the best way to care for a Formosan flying fox pup, as it's never been attempted before. But they're determined to keep giving it their best shot and gather as much information as they can while they do. They hope what they find out will someday help see the Formosan flying fox taken off the endangered species list. Alex Chen and Sandy Chi for TaiwanPlus.
Thank you for watching What's Up Taiwan. You can visit the TaiwanPlus website or follow our social media for more stories from Taiwan and around the world. Finally, check out the scenes of Pride parades in Berlin. I'm Erica Liu. Take care and see you next time.
For more stories from here in Hangzhou, Taiwan and around the world, download the TaiwanPlus app.